Yeah, it's been 9 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
COVID.
how's your gym? I mean, you've been going
We're
a lot,
doing
right?
very well. We're doing actually really, really well. We must be back to like full member. Um, I mean, everybody's wearing their masks, everybody's washing their hands, everybody's getting their temperatures checked.
Is that what they're doing?
We
Just temperature check on the way in?
Yeah, they do the temperature check on the way in. Um, and it seems to be working. We have no known COVID cases or spreads of COVID,
Well, I mean,
especially
if
in the gym.
everyone's wearing masks, yeah, because I
Mhm.
saw a whole diagram on masks. So if one person's wearing a mask, another person's not, it's like I forget if that one person has COVID
Mhm.
that has the mask on, the chance of you catching without a mask is like
Right.
a certain percentage. But if two people have masks on, it's almost nothing. Almost, it's like less
Yeah,
than 1%.
it's really hard that way to catch it.
Yeah.
And it is effective. I mean, it I think it helps to balance like being able to climb and not exposing people to something that could potentially
How
cause them
how
harm. So yeah, it's
how is it
it's
to
awesome.
climb
I
with
mean,
a
I think it's
mask?
great. Huh?
How is it to climb with a mask? Because I do certain tricks, like breathing exercises that I can do to pull off hard climbs. And I don't know if I could, it's just kind of limited. I mean, I understand it's, if you're in a
Right.
gym, you want to wear a mask, but I'm just like, you feel any limitation
So
on the
here's the
climbing?
deal. Here's the deal with reach. I did climb at PRG with PRG requires a mask at all times. That includes when you're climbing. Reach allows you to take your mask off when you are climbing. And
Oh, that's kind of
again,
nice.
we've done this where we're able to it's been effective this far. Most people are climbing in pods, and they're not on top of each other. I think with bouldering, a lot of people slide their like mask down to their chin as they climb, and then when they come down, they put it right back up. It is really hard to climb with a mask on. Breathing wise for me, yes. But on top of that, your peripheral, if anybody's ever walked around in a mask, because when I coach, a lot of times I'll trip over chalk bags and water bottles and
How
sometimes
high up do you have
kids.
your mask?
I don't, but like just do this and
Right,
look
right.
down, right? Like you're not really able to
What
like
kind of
see
what kind of
everything.
mask are you using?
It's just like your basic like cloth mask.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not even a
I'm
high
trying to think.
profile. So do you have a mask?
Yeah, I just have, just a
Okay, put it
normal,
on. All right, put that on.
because mine has like a wire that kind of
Now
bends.
look at the look at how much your profile is. I mean, your peripheral is cut off. You actually have to like bend your
Oh,
head.
yeah, I guess to see your feet and stuff. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So if you're thinking
That's a good
like when you
point.
think of that in terms of like climbing inside, it's definitely poses a challenge. I mean, we're already looking down, but you're really having to like bend your head into the wall. And if you're, projecting something super hard, the last thing you need to do is like, so I mean, that's
That's
been
true. I
interesting.
I could
But
see that.
I have climbing kids who wear their mask the entire climb and they're walking up V8s. So I think like, for someone like me, it doesn't work. And then for other people, it does.
You know what's surprising? When I was at Seneca, a lot of people were wearing masks. A lot of people, like I had mine, so if I would actually go up on like a blaze spot and there's a lot of people, I would just put it on, set up, and then go down type deal, just to kind of be courteous of other people. But yeah, a lot of people. The place that doesn't wear masks, Birdsboro. I never see
Oh
people
my
wearing
gosh,
masks.
it's out of control. Out of control.
I mean,
When
not that I have
people
a problem
laugh
because I never wore a mask either at Birds, but I always have one in case like we are around a lot of people or something. I'll just put it
right.
on. But yeah, the kids are pretty good about it, which is kind of
Yeah.
surprising. Um, Our
I do
kids.
think that there's an irony in some of that. Like, you know, I have friends that won't climb at the gym, but they'll climb at Birdsboro. And I think to myself, at least at the rock gym, they're wearing masks and they're wearing masks pretty much
Well,
all the time.
there is something about being outside. It is definitely
Sure.
harder to get. So
I
inside,
like things like that.
yeah, there's just a higher
But
chance. So mass makes sense.
I think, yeah, mass makes sense. I think, like, you know, there have been, I thought about this later because we went up to North Conway. Um,
Did you guys go climbing up there? Oh no, you froze.
huh?
You froze for a second.
Oh, yeah. We
Nope.
got on this climber. We had to share a ledge with like 3 other people, and none of us had masks on. I mean, but it's not like a big ledge. It wasn't like a GT ledge. It was like the son of Ezio ledge, you know,
Right.
where you're crammed.
Yeah.
And you know, I think you forget about it. I mean, we're outside, everything went fine, right? But like I think as climbers sometimes like we create these like this we'll do this here because it's in this enclosed building and it's great. But at the same time, like sitting on a ledge with somebody for however long it takes your leader to get up that climb, you know, it's probable that you're exposed.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I
Hard
don't
to,
know. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I mean, I'm not too worried. I've
where,
never been too worried, but yeah.
where'd you guys go? The Cathedral Edge?
Yeah, we did I think we did Cathedral. I'm not really sure. So
The
I went
White
up with
Horse is a big slab wall that's like 1,000 feet, and
no we
the cathedral is like more gunks, but it's about 500 feet, 400
there
feet.
was a lot of crack climbing. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for it. I
What did
learned
you
real
guys
quick.
do? Was it something hard or?
I mean, not really. The one day we did a couple like single pitch harder climbs, and then Brad and I did like I don't know, it was like a 5-7 just to like get. It was so congested in this area, and it was like 4 or 5 pitches, so we just cruised up that because you do the walk down, and then the next day, I forget where we went, but you climb like this 5-8 2 pitches, and it takes you up to this enormous GT ledge, right? And it's just like lines of really cool crack climbing and face climbing and
Was it like recompense or something like that? I'm trying to
recompense.
think. Yeah, that's like a
And
classic up there. Never done it,
yeah,
but yeah.
I
Yes,
mean,
Seth and I ran up one of those climbs. We did what's the
on the
classic?
slab.
No, not the slab wall.
Okay.
What's the 5-6 classic? Thin Air, I think it is. It's
Oh, thin air is great.
yeah,
Yes.
we did it in like 2 pitches pretty much. We
Yeah.
basically did the first and second pitch, and then I did the third and fourth pitch, and then there's another like pitch or two, which is kind of just like a joke. You're basically just hiking up at that point, but yeah,
Yeah.
we ran up it because it was one of those things. We were just kind of driving past North Conway. I'm like, we should go and just jump on a climb really quick, and we had like I don't know, like 3 hours before dark, and we
Mhm.
just walked over there, ran up there. It was almost getting dark when
That
we
might be the one
finished.
that we did. Is there like a really weird traverse that's like slopey? Like you have to like
Yeah, yeah. So you go up a
it's
pitch,
like a
you kind
slopey
of
traverse
combine
that
them.
goes up.
Yeah. It's not a
Yes.
hard traverse. It's like I said, I think it's a 6, but it goes up a
Dude.
pitch and then it goes kind of right for like a pitch. They're the ones we combined, and
Yeah.
then I did 2
Yeah.
pitches
And then you
above
get to this
that.
really nice space
Yeah,
climb.
yeah,
And then the ledge has like a tree.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
I love the diversity. That's the one Brad and I ran up.
Yep, that
And it
one's
was so
fun.
cool.
And then the
Yeah. It
top, you
was,
just kind of make up whatever just to get to the top. But yeah, so it was getting dark when we got up to the top, and this guy was driving by. He's like, "You guys want to ride?" And we're like, "Yeah." I forgot how long that drive down is. Like just in the car, I'm like, "Oh, thank God we didn't have to hike this out." Because
right.
by the time we would have got back down to the van, it would have been like super dark. Yeah, that's when we
The
took
walk down is like a
we took Seth's van. This is all before COVID, but we went up to do the big wall up in Cannon. We did the lab wall, and then we ran down there, did a couple climbs there, and we went somewhere else and did some climbs. We were all over the place. We climbed the Gunks too. We did not directisma, ridiculisma. That one's a hard climb. I feel like there's definitely a difference between. I think it's a
10D.
10C or 10D maybe.
I think it's 10D.
I don't remember, but there's definitely a difference between doublisma and that, because doublisma I feel is very mellow. It's like a 10A, but definitely doable all the way up. What's the one that we used to always do? That's just directisma, I guess. Remember the direct? Yeah, with that little traverse. Yeah, doublisma is a little better. Just goes straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I thought doublisma was. I'm gonna look this up more. Hold on 1 second.
Ridiculisma is just a little bit like, it's all doable, and if you're following it up, it's easy as can be. But delete it, it's hard because you're fooling around with gear on not great holds, and it's all overhanging in certain spots, and getting the gear in just looks like difficult.
Okay, so directisma is the 5.9.
Right. That's the one we were supposed to.
It's the one that goes really long. That one's the 510B. That one I did with John. Yeah, I did that one with John Miller. No, it's a 10B. It feels like a 10B to me.
It is a little overhanging that second pitch, or like the second part. We always did it in one pitch.
Yeah, and then you did your ridiculisma is a 510C.
Yeah, that's what I thought, 510C. But
which I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between that one and doublisma or directisma or whatever the hell they're calling it. But yeah, that one's kind of fun.
Doublisma basically is the 510B, but there probably is, and I think I did as well as I did on doublisma because it's more of that facing climb. I mean, there's that little like overhang, but everything feels really good. But yeah, the other one I haven't done.
So why don't we just end this on what kind of vehicle are you gonna get?
Oh yeah, so this is really cool. I'm inspired by this female on Instagram, and she takes her dog and she goes all over the place and skis and camps and climbs.
Is a single girl, or I follow van wives.
She definitely doesn't have kids, but my climbing partner, he's like, my one friend just sold everything he has and he's starting this van company where they make these camper vans. So I reached out to his friend, and it's this really awesome company. And they have all these different options. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the picture of like the one I want. So I gotta meet with him this coming week. Where are you? His name's Todd. Anyway, so wait until you see this. This thing's amazing. Gallery. I'll show you which one I want. This one, which is, it has like, can you even see it? I'll attach the link. This guy, so the whole top pops up.
Oh, that is cool.
So see the bed above that? Now this is just a camp, it's actually a van, right? So you got all that seating. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, these things that even have like little composting potties in them, all right? This is like, makes my life happen. Anyway, we're looking more into like something like that, like I don't know, it's going to be like a Mercedes or whatever they order.
The Sprinter. Yeah, the Sprinter. Actually, Ford is making electric transit.
Really?
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be expensive, and their technology is so far behind Tesla's right now. But at least they're getting into the right direction, because like, I have a feeling Ford and GM are going to be bankrupt pretty soon if they don't start jumping on board and trying to compete with Tesla. They're not going to compete with Tesla. the technology that Tesla is advancing, like they're just advancing so fast. I don't think anyone's catching them right now, but there's some companies that are interested.
Have a van? Does Tesla have a van out?
They do. I think if I'm not mistaken, don't get me wrong here, they're going to call it a Tesla van, but I think it's a Dodge Ram. They're teaming up with Dodge Ram, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be totally wrong about this, but this is what I read from before, but I do know they have a van coming out. They're just going to get in the market of every vehicle right now. You know, they have the trucks,
I think it's smart. I mean, the Sprinter van concept, the ability to be mobile like that is really picking up some steam. I think it would just be awesome in terms of like our ability to get on the road and go. The Sprinter vans are really small.
Those are nice, yeah, for parking. That'll be great at the Gunks. Yeah.
Yeah, really awesome for parking, really awesome for just urban mobility, right? Like passing through cities or like small towns and things like that. I like the idea of something lower profile. So for me in particular, I didn't want anything large.
I would love to do that, but I don't have the money. This is just this camper really didn't cost this much at all. Yeah. That's the reason why we got it. We were looking at like really cheap campers online and they're all scams. It was hilarious. They were just like, there's all these excuses of like, it's not here, but it's like in California right now, but we can get it for, I was just like, all right, but this guy that we found was, he actually sells vehicles and he's in Jersey. So we actually drove to Jersey, checked it out. And then we're like, it's a little bit more money than the super cheap ones we saw online, but they were all scams. So at least this one exists and it was in half decent condition. So yeah, I do dig it. I mean, it's great having everything that it has, but oh God, the gas mileage and just driving something that big is a little rough. I would love to have like a van.
I think that's awesome. And I think like, if I had more time on my hands and a better place to do it, I would love to modify a van myself. But I think the reality is to have someone do it for me is much more practical.
It is very difficult. You learn so much. I mean, it's fun to do because you do it and then you realize you did everything wrong and then you redo it and then everything that you do to not make the same mistakes. I mean, Seth learned that way. He rebuilt his, when he came back for the winter time, he just spent like months just redoing the whole thing and you learn from your mistakes. But the guys that know how to do it, and if they can build it for you, if you can afford that, that's the way to go.
I'm going to look into it, see how it goes. I think it's really cool that there's somebody local that's, out there doing it. It's definitely inspiring. John Miller's van, people might know it watching this podcast, the white Sprinter van with the, I think it's red and yellow stripe around it. I mean, what they did is just incredible. How he built that out, everything he put into it. It's a really cool little portable house.
It's funny, you go to the Gunks and there are so many vans now. Like there's just van after van, and I'm just like, wow, this is so much different when I used to go. Like in the 90s, everyone just parking on the road, and it was just all cars, and like
in your car.
Everyone's just living. I remember before everyone used to go to the campground, the road before they built the visitor center. There was a road there that's still the same road actually that's there now that goes down to the A-frame house. So everyone used to park on that road and sleep either under their car or beside their car in a sleeping bag. I mean, that was just what everyone did.
It was a real genuine dirtbag life back then.
Yeah.
It's amazing how the population of climbers have changed those things.
I mean, tell you the truth, if it was just me and I was traveling, I would just live out of a truck, put a cap on the back, because you could put everything you need right there, and it's just so much cheaper as far as the gas mileage. Because you're not vans, you're lucky if you come even close to 20. I think Seth may be getting 18, 17, 18 maybe.
Is
maybe
that
16.
diesel?
No, it's just gas. Yeah, I don't know if diesel's better or not. Diesel's just kind of smelly though, you know. If you're parking somewhere, having a diesel smell, just filling a campground, so that's a little rough. It's kind of nice having gas-powered vehicles. Out at Reach. And I am on Gunkclimber, Instagram. What else do I have? Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube, which you're probably watching this on anyway. So you found my channel
I have
already.
Instagram, but you gotta find me.
All right. Well, we will call it there. All right.